Games Workshop's biggest, tiniest game is a stomping good time. Adeptus Titanicus is Games Workshop's teeny tiny scale game. It is all set in the world of the Horus Heresy. It is a Titan-based game, relatively small number of miniatures, representing the biggest, largest god machines that are used by both the loyalists and the traitors to wage war against each other all across the myriad battlefields of the Horus Heresy. This is the game for you to play if you are into giant robos. They're not technically robos. They are, proud titans of the Adeptus Mechanicus. A lot of things are not abstracted in this game. This is the game for gamers who really, really like that gritty detail. There's going to be a lot of things that you're going to be managing, that you're going to be taking care of. The closest game I can think of as an equivalent, to be perfectly honest, is Battletech. If any of you Battletech fans are out there, for each of your main battle titans, you're going to have a data card, and you're going to be keeping track of things like your void shields. Those are being hit by enemy fire and they're being knocked down, and then your plasma reactor, which is what powers everything. And your plasma reactor has to be managed very carefully because you siphon energy off the plasma reactor to rebuild your shields, to move fast, to power certain types of weapons, to do kind of all kinds of special tricks. So you have to be really careful. If you're not taxing it enough, you're probably not using your titans effectively. If you overtax it, it might overheat, it might explode and take your titan with it. So there's all kinds of cool details. You're keeping track of weapon arcs, you're keeping track of recharge times, you're keeping track of just all kinds of that level of damage. Even within your weapons, individual weapons may have recharge times. They may be damaged. You may be desperately setting your onboard damage control servitors to repair critical pieces of damage that you need, fixed as fast as you can. The miniatures are great. They are about a quarter of the scale that you see from Games Workshop's other mainstream games. What we have here is a Warlord Titan and a Knight. And as you can tell, the Warlord Titan, this is a main battle Titan of the Titan Legions. This is one of the big heavy hitters. And this little tiny guy right here, this is a Knight. And as you can tell, that's the difference. Now, there are Titans that are bigger than this, and there's definitely ones that are smaller than this, but this is what a typical Knight looks like. Now, for those of you who are used to Warhammer 40,000, you're probably used to this. This is a Knight in Warhammer 40,000. And this is that same Knight in Adeptus Titanicus. This is the same unit, to give you an example of scale. As you can see, that Warlord is representing something that in Warhammer 40,000 scale, it would be enormous. And things in Warhammer 40k that you normally see, like tanks and infantry, would be so small that they're not even represented in Adeptus Titanicus, because they're too minor. The main thing to understand right off the bat is that you are playing the role of a battle leader of traitor legions or loyalist legions. In the world of Warhammer 40,000, all of the technology is run and owned by the Adeptus Mechanicus and their series of Forge Worlds based on Mars and then based all throughout the galaxy. And Battle Titans are the largest weapons of war that walk upon the surface of planets. They're known as the god machines of the Adeptus Titanicus, and these Titans are organized into legios, which are effectively orders of them, and legios are bound to a particular planet. During the setting of the game is the Horus Heresy, which is the giant civil war that splits the Imperium apart, and all of this once unified order of god machines and Titan legios is split into loyalist legions and traitor legions. And you're going to be picking one of those sides, and then you're going to be picking a particular legion. Every Titan legio has its own special rules. It gets its little perks, it gets its special benefits. You're going to get all kinds of little perks. These books are effectively mirrors of each other, and the great thing about Titan Titanicus is that if you want to start playing, you're going to buy the core rulebook, and then you're going to buy one of these. Or, if you're a fanatic and you want all the rules, you'll buy them both. Each of these books has within it the rules for Titan maniples, which are groups of Titans that if you take them, you gain special rules and abilities. So you may have a scout maniple that is mostly made up of smaller scout Titans, and if you take that, you may be able to move faster or gain special scouting abilities or things like that. Or you may have an extremely heavy maniple that's all only the heaviest battle Titans, and if you take that maniple, your army, maybe your Titan battle group gains special bonuses on firing or accuracy or things like that. So each of these books has over a dozen different maniples that you can choose from, which is kind of how you organize your army. Then you get to the legios themselves. Which order of Titans do you follow? What is your paint scheme? What's your history? And the books here are particularly fantastic. So each of these legios gives you what I think is kind of the sweet spot of a Warhammer 40k book. You get 16 of them per book, so there's 32 in total. 16 good guys, 16 bad guys. Each of these is going to give you the Titan Legio's official symbol. You're going to get 1 to 2 pages on its history and background, what they're known for, what they're infamous for. You're going to get color plates that show you how to paint them that are beautiful, and you're going to get all of their rules. So you're going to get all of their perks, special abilities, and reasons to actually take this on the battlefield as rules. So you're going to get all of those. In addition to Titans in Adeptus Titanicus, there are Knights. And there are Titan Legios, there are Knight Houses, which are kind of minor orders of war machines that are bound to their liege lord legions. You get special rules for those too. And again, there are good guy, there are loyalist Knight Houses, and there are dastardly traitor Knight Houses, and you'll get rules for a whole bunch of those, so you can paint those up in whatever you want to. They also kind of have special rules and neat special abilities and backgrounds and histories, and you get all of that as well. Finally, in these books, in addition to that, you'll get a few special missions, you'll get all of your unified damage charts and statistics, so everything that you need to actually run these based on what side you want. It's all contained in the one book, so it's fantastic. So to play the game, again, you're going to get the rule book, the core rulebook, and then you're going to get your choice of either by Traitor Legios or Loyalist Legios, and you're ready to go. So how do you get started with Adeptus Titanicus? The first thing you're going to do is you could certainly buy the starter box set, which looks like this. The starter box set is a really good deal because what it comes with is everything that you need to get started for either one person or 2 people if you want to split it. What this box gives you is 2 Reaver medium battle titans, 2 Warhound Scout Titans, and 2 Knights. So you get a little bit of everything. If you want to move up into bigger, heavier things like Warlords or War Masters, or kind of the really big Titans, great. You can do that later. You can buy little expansions of more Knights if you really want to go into Knights. That's fine too. The cool thing about Adeptus Titanicus is if you want to start it, it's pretty simple. All you need to do is you buy the 1 starter box set that you can either buy by yourself or split. You can also purchase the rulebook standalone if you want to, which is relatively inexpensive. And then you're going to buy your choice of either Loyalist Legios or Traitor Legios. And that's it. And you're ready to go. If you want a deeper dive into Loyalist Legios and the core rulebook, check here. For the War Master.